Welcome back to the Salem Show from our Washington County Community Foundation studios at Salem High School. I'm your host, Nick Ingram.
And I'm your other host, Adam Mole.
This is one of our final episodes of the show.
That's right, only one more show left.
As the year comes to an end, we want to leave this show better than we got it.
So what's going on this week?
Well, today is Oaks.
Sounds like a good time. Have you ever been?
No, I've never been.
Yeah, I've heard it's a great time, but I've never have.
Honor Day is May 10th at 9 a.m.
And SLN will be right there live streaming it for everyone that can't make it but wants to see it.
And then the last day of school will be May 22nd.
That's only 13 days left of school, not counting today.
Not that we're counting or anything. And then graduation is May 25th at 2 p.m. in the main gym.
And of course, SLN will be right there covering it all.
Man, we still have a lot of work to do. And speaking of doing a lot of work, are you looking for a new challenge?
Maybe something fun that'll translate to the real world.
Or maybe you want to have some fun while learning a new skill that can and will pay off in a big way.
Then join SLNN.
You can and will learn an array of skills like producing broadcasts, camera work, engineering, and our personal favorite, commentating. And there's food sometimes.
So what are you waiting for? Go see Mr. Wade Swift and sign up today.
You never know, ESPN and Fox might be calling for you after SLNN.
Now let's send it over to Aubrey for the weather.
Thanks, Adam and Nick. This week should be mostly warm with a couple of rainy days. I hope May Sunday the 12th has good weather for our mothers on Mother's Day. So let's get into this week's forecast. Friday, there should be a high of 76 and a low of 63 with an 80% chance of rain, and it's Kentucky Oaks Day. Saturday, there will be a high of 80 and a low of 62, and it will be partly sunny, and it's Kentucky Derby. Sunday, there will be a high of 80 degrees, a low of 60. It'll be partly sunny, and it's Cinco de Mayo Day. Monday, there will be a high of 81 and a low of 60 degrees, and it will be partly rainy. Tuesday, there will be a high of 82 and a low of 65, and it will be cloudy. Wednesday, there will be a high of 79 and a low of 62, and it will be partly rainy. Thursday, there will be a high of 77, a low of 56, and it will be partly sunny. Friday, there will be a high of 73, a low of 58, and it will be 55% chance of rain. Now let's take a second for a short commercial break, then head over to the community news with Elaine.
How do I set up a fund? Setting up a fund is surprisingly easy. We will meet with you to determine what you want your fund to accomplish. Once you decide that, the rest is simple. Whether you want to support your favorite charity or our community in general, we can help you make that happen. You decide what you want to name the fund. You can name it after yourself or a loved one. You can name it after the charity. You can name it whatever you want. And the best part is, your gift will keep giving forever.
Thanks, Aubrey, for the weather. Hopefully, it will be good for the Derby. This week for Community News, we have a feature from one of our anchors, Nick Ingram, assisted by Gus Hanjagoras.
We're here today at the north end of the Salem Square where improvements are being made as we speak. There are 3 major road construction projects that are taking place or have been completed in Washington County. The first was a $13.2 million project on Highway 56 West by Milestone Construction. Started in May of 2022, the project was completed last fall. The project featured a new bridge over Brock Creek, utility relocation, and road reconstruction. Milestone is also working on the project on the square, which is where we are today. The aim of this project is to improve parking, add pedestrian islands to meet federal requirements, and upgrade ramps and sidewalks in compliance with ADA requirements. The completion date is sometime in June. The other ongoing project is on Highway 60 West near South Dog Trot Road and was started on April 9th. This is a $2.1 million project for E&B paving. The aim is to improve road conditions and storm drains and should be completed in early May. It is important to note that all these projects are funded through either federal or state grants. One of the main concerns when there is construction that shuts down a road is how the side streets will be affected. We are here on West Market Street, a common detour when Highway 56 West was shut down. As you can see, overuse of the road by semis and other oversized vehicles has caused the ditches to grow even deeper, which is a hazard to drivers until it's fixed. As you can see right here, a good 8-inch drop off from the road. Some temporary solutions were added to the roadways affected. Here on South Orchard Road, a gravel mixture was added to help shallow out the ditch. For this project, we were able to interview 5 business owners around the square where construction has impacted them the most. The first question that we asked business owners was, how has the construction affected your business?
Well, it has affected the business some in that a lot of my patients are elderly, and if they can't park right in front of my store, they feel like it's a problem.
Construction's been a big problem for the square. It's limited the parking. Several customers say they just avoid the square. And it seems like it's just been going on forever.
Then we asked them, from their perspective as a business owner, is the construction a positive, a negative, or are they still waiting to see?
Oh, I think it's a great addition. The sidewalks needed repaired because a lot of them had sinking places and they were a hazard, and the bricks that were in them, those all needed to be redone. The new lighting is going to be outstanding. The crosswalks will be safer, even though they're huge, but they will be safer for people to walk across the street.
It isn't really beneficial. The entrances and exits from the square are much more narrow than they were, and I think that's going to ultimately cause some issues for people. I mean, people are used to going around the square in a certain way, and they've done it for decades and decades, and now it's much more narrow than it was. So I'm not really sure I understand that. And something else that I've noticed as I've walked around is traffic is less likely to stop for me to cross the street now than they were before when we just had crosswalks.
I'm still going to wait and see because there's still a lot to be done. And, if we keep losing parking places, it's going to be hard for customers to get in.
I think in the long run it's positive. However, the process doesn't seem to be very streamlined.
One of the things that Mr. McClellan would go on to say, and a common theme between the owners, was that the construction has really slowed their customer flow because of less traffic and a lack of parking. We also heard mixed opinions on the communication between businesses and construction companies and the setup of the project. In part 2, we will sit down for an exclusive interview with the mayor to get his view on the construction. This has been Nick Ingram and Gus Hangigoris with SLNN.
Before we throw it over to Audrey at the Hoosier Upland Sports Desk, let's hear from our favorite clothing and shoes place.
Shop local at Lynx Clothing and Shoes. Lynx offers a wide variety of clothing. Looking for a nice outfit for the night? Lynx has it. Need a nice pair of shoes to go with it? Lynx has it. Lynx doesn't just offer nice clothes, though. They also provide all your local sports team gear. Shop for Salem, Eastern, or West Washington merchandise. Is your child missing any sports gear for his or her game? Lynx has it. With the wide selection and stylish and comfortable clothing and shoes, all your sports gear and equipment needs, along with their reasonable prices and a central location in the heart of downtown Salem, Indiana, there is no reason you shouldn't stop by and shop at Lynx Clothing and Shoes.
Let's get into the Sports Minute from the Hoosier Upland Sports Desk. I'm your host, Audrey Hickey. Welcome back. Let's get into some Salem baseball. The Lions have played 9 games since the last episode. Out of those 9, the Lions took home the win in 3 games. Saturday, April 20th against Clarksville, the Lions won 20-3. The Lions played Clarksville again on the 23rd and won 20-0. Last Tuesday, April 30th, the Lions beat Paoli 4-3 in extra innings. Since last episode, the Lady Lions have played 8 games. Out of those 8, the Lady Lions won 3 games as well. First, the Lady Lions picked up a win on April 19th against South Central 14-5. Then on Tuesday, the 23rd, the Lions beat Austin 19-2. Finally, last Tuesday, the 30th, the Lions beat Eastern 4-3 in extra innings. Last Thursday at the Salem Invitational, the Lady Lions took 3rd place on the track. Now let's talk about the NFL draft. The first pick went to the Chicago Bears. They picked the quarterback Caleb Williams from USC. Michael Penix, who was with the Hoosiers for 4 years before transferring to Washington, was selected with the 8th overall pick to the Atlanta Falcons. The running of the Kentucky Derby will be May 4th. This will be the 150th Derby. That's it for me at the Hoosier Upland Sports Desk. Now let's head back to our anchors for the closing of our show after this commercial break.
At Eddie Gilstrap, our customers are family. Rated in the top 6% nationwide in Ford dealers, we pride ourselves on our no-pressure environment, honesty, and integrity. Come see us today and discover why we're different. Eddie Gilstrap Motors.
Thank you for tuning in to the Salem Show from the Washington County Community Foundation studios.
This concludes our 8th episode of Season 12 of the Salem Show.
As the show runs down, we would like to remind everyone watching to like and subscribe to our YouTube account and streaming channels.
Also, don't forget to check out our other social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok.
On these apps, you can view an array of videos and updates about our Salem Lions News Network.
Let's not forget about our radio station, 700 Roar Radio.
You can find it online at live365.com or on Roku.
Content for the Roar Radio is added daily, including the 411.
And with that, we'll see you next time, Lion Nation.
See you next week, SHS.
Let's get into, wait, is this live? Okay. I don't want to do this. Maggie, can you do this? I feel so awkward. Let's get into the Sports Minute from the Sports Minute. Let's get into the Sports Minute from the... I don't like this. I could not be a weather minute. Okay. Let's get into the sports. If I look at the screen, does it look like I'm looking at you? Yes. Okay. Then on last Tuesday, can I just restart? Okay. Am I talking too fast? No. No. Now let's talk about the NFL draft. The first pick went to the Chicago Bears. The first pick went to the Chicago Bears. Why do I have a voice crack? I know. Now let's talk about the NFL draft. The first pick went to the Chicago Bears. Why am I saying Bears? Michael Penix. What does that say? Okay. Shut up, Maggie. The running of the Kentucky Derby will be May 4th. This will be the one. Well, that's it for me at the Hoosier Upland Sports Desk. That's it for me at the Hoosier Upland Sports Desk. Am I talking too fast? Why can't I speak?
Go. You can't type either.
Stop. Okay. That's it for me at the Hoosier Upland Sports Desk. Done.